Well, hospital porters, pride and dignity, stop the New World Order. Welcome to HPANWO TV, and welcome to this, another HPANWO TV St Theo's Day watch party. Yes, this is the second one we've done. And so the last one last year was an enormous success. So I thought I'd do another one, And seeing as I'm actually, for now, I'm actually going to be at home for St Theo's Day this year because I'm not going to Contact in the Desert, which... yeah, that's sad, actually. To be honest, I'd rather go to Contact in the Desert, but I can't really this year. I'm going to try and go next year and go to Roswell as well. But for this year, I'm sitting out on the subs bench, and everyone else is going to go over there and have fun in Indian Wells. So I'm here at home for Contact in the Desert. I'm going to try and make it up to you, though, with a couple of other little reportages of other conferences which will be coming up. But in the meantime, priorities. St Theo's Day is fast approaching. And for St Theo's Day this particular year, we're going to actually do a watch party of a film that might surprise you, because it's a film that I have mentioned before many times on St Theo's Day videos. And indeed, if you listen to the Gas Banner or read the HPWA, I can't shut up about this film. The film is called Paper Mask. It is a film from 1990, directed by Christopher Morahan, and it's written by John Colley. He also wrote the novel of which the film is based. Now, I was thinking of making this a watch-read party, so we could go and read the book as well. But really, it's now that I'm recording this on the 15th of May, so it's literally just half a month until St Theo's Day now, just over 2 weeks. So there's no time. There's no time for you to go off and read a book. I mean, most of you don't actually read the books anyway and just watch the movies. So we're not going to review John Colley's novel, A Paper Mask. We'll do that. I think we'll maybe do it at another time because, to be honest, the book is different from the film. I have a slightly different... In fact, I have quite a considerable difference of opinion about the book that I do from the film. So, but in this particular watch party, is going to be a watch party only. We're going to focus on the film Paper Mask. As you know, I am on these watch parties, these St Theo's Day watch parties. Every year I will do a special watch party, different from the others, outside the project, which I normally do watch parties on. And it will be it will be films, movies, or books with a hospital portering theme, which is not going to be difficult because there's only a couple of dozen films ever made with a hospital portering theme. And so during the next few years, we'll go through as many of those as we can. And as I said, this one's going to be the film Paper Mask only. Now, this is a film that stars Paul McGann, and I've never forgiven him for that, quite frankly. Amanda Donohoe, Tom Wilkinson, and a Scottish guy. He's got an interesting name, Jimmy Yule, who actually plays one of my favourite characters. In fact, it's the only character in the entire film I actually like. And this film is one that I suppose people are thinking, well, at least he's never going to do that one, because I want to go through all the films with a hospital portering theme, as many as I can in the next few years. And I suppose some of you assumed I'd be doing David Lynch's The Elephant Man or something like that. And I'm not. I'm doing this one instead. I know I said I'd do The Elephant Man. Maybe we'll do that next year. The thing about it is, to be honest, I want to get this one out of the way. I want to get it over and done with. I want it over the hill. Because, as I said, I can't shut up about this film. And I'm not going to watch it because... We are not going to watch it because I like this film. We're going to watch it because I hate it. It's one of the worst films I've ever seen. And that doesn't mean that you won't like it. I happen to dislike it because of its the way it portrays hospital porters. And I'll say more about that in the review and indeed in the live stream, because it's a 3-part watch party as usual. But this is a film from 1990. John Colley is an interesting author. He's a Scottish bloke, and he's actually written a number of... he's a screenwriter. He's written a number of quite well-known movies, and he's not many people recognise his name, but he wrote Master and Commander, a film. He's actually half Australian himself, and of course it stars the Australian actor who's whatever his name is, I can't bloody remember. He also wrote it was quite good actually, but very offbeat and strange animation called Happy Feet. Oh, what's the name of that? This is driving me. What's the name of the bloody Australian guy who plays in Master and He's in Gladiator. Oh, what's his name? Russell Crowe. That's him, Russell Crowe. It's normally one I can't mention. I can't remember names. And he has a number of other credits to his name, which you'll certainly have heard of these films, but you won't necessarily have heard of him. Bergerac is a TV series from the 80s. Star Cops, as I say, Master and Commander, Happy Feet, Walking with Dinosaurs, Hotel Mumbai, Wolf Totem, and The Return. There's loads of films he's done here. Indeed, Monkey Man. Yep, and what else has he done? He's quite well known. He's quite a well-known. He's quite a known author, and he has. What has he done here? Excuse me. I think that's his only novel, though. Excuse me. Oh, he has actually written. This is the things he's written. Bibliography. He has actually written 2 other books. The Rig and Kingsley's Touch. 1991, The Rig. A Paper Mask. It's 1987. That's 1987 novel is the one that this is based on. The Rig is what's that about? It's just looking it up now. It's actually it's on. It's actually I can't remember. It's about oil wells, that and drilling rigs. Of course, that's a big thing in Scotland with the offshore Aberdeen thing. Kingsley's Touch and, of course, Paper Mask. Be interested to read some of his other stuff. I don't know if he's particularly what he's actually like. I'll just show you a picture of John Colley. Here he is. This is Mr. Colley himself. There he is. And let's have a look at his vital statistics. Yeah, he's still alive. Age 70, born 1955, age 70. And there you go. And he's also a doctor. That's interesting. He is a doctor, and it actually shows when you read the book. It doesn't really come out it doesn't actually come out in the movie very much, but it does come out in the book. His actual medical experience, which is why, in fact, it says here, he grew up he studied medicine at the University of Edinburgh, practiced in Cambridge, Bath, and Bristol. Bristol actually appears in the story quite a bit of the film we're going to watch. A lot of it is set in Bristol. He's also worked abroad an awful lot. He would have met hospital porters. He would have known them, talked to them, and he actually, believe it or not, even you might say a civilian can't possibly understand the heart that beats within every HP, right? But this civilian does a good job. This particular civilian, I think, got as close as anyone can do to the HP experience. I reckon he must have sat down and interviewed many me to get it right. And it's a good thing a filmmaker does that. It's a good thing some filmmakers, do that. I myself have actually been interviewed by a filmmaker. I don't know if you remember what's his name? I should have. I didn't know I was going to bring this up, and I've bloody forgotten. It's a. Sorry. Okay. Greg Lofton. I was interviewed by the film director Greg Lofton because he wanted to make a hospital portering themed film. Maybe we'll talk about that more in the live stream because it's too off topic. But anyway, he wrote and directed an independent film in 2007 starring a couple of famous people. Sean Harris is in it. He's quite well known. And he's working on another movie now, and he wanted it involved hospitals. So he actually contacted me and asked to interview me, and I talked to him for about an hour about hospital portering matters. So yeah, I am an official hospital portering consultant to Hollywood, believe it or not. The director, Christopher Morahan, this is him. Now, actually, I don't know much about this guy except, I knew a little bit more about John Colley. I learned a little bit more about John Colley, but I did not know much about this director. This is a photo taken in 2010 of him at the National Theatre. I didn't know much about him, but I'll go through a little bit of his bio now. He was died he was 87 when he died in 2017, so he was quite old guy. And he was a British stage and television director, producer and executive. So he's actually a stage and television director rather than a movie director. But I'm sure that's that doesn't necessarily mean he can't do this at all. He's best worked for. He worked with John Hopkins on Z Cars. Actually, so he's been doing this a long time because that's a '60s show. Wednesday Play, a parable about a reversed South African apartheid in Britain. Well, that's probably more likely to be realistic. Talking to a Stranger. These are just things he's been to. He's produced various stage show in the Royal Shakespeare Company, the Aldwych Theatre in London, and a play called Little Murders, starring various actors and actresses. And he says he was involved in creating this is very acclaimed, a 14-part television drama called Jewel in the Crown, which is actually pretty good. I've read the book it's based on. It's actually pretty good. And it talks about he's actually directed. He directed 5 movies. Now this is interesting. I didn't know this. He directed Clockwise. I don't know if you've ever seen Clockwise. This is actually a rather funny movie with John Cleese. It's a comedy road movie with John Cleese, directed by Morahan. All right, so there you go. Interesting, isn't it? This is it's not, I suppose, very acclaimed, and not many people know about it now. But it's like a little B movie that came out in the '80s with John Cleese, and he's quite good in that. In fact, he won an award for that, John Cleese. So that's the director of this particular epic, or this particular non-epic. Stars now. There's all these people, all the main characters have like Wikipedia pages, but the most famous is Paul McGann. Now, Paul McGann is he's part of an acting family. All his brothers are actors as well. Probably best known for Withnail and I. Now, I really, really do like Withnail and I. It's very, very good, and I've mentioned it several times. He came back briefly in the '90s to play Doctor Who in a single. I think he was. It was just a movie. Was it a movie? It wasn't. It was more of a movie than a TV series, wasn't it? I've not seen much of this. It says here the character was involved in 1996 TV film Doctor Who, a backdoor pilot. Right. The actor reprised his role in the mini episode The Night of the Doctor, which depicts the 8th Doctor, which was him. So he is like a canon. He's not like some like spin-off. It's not like some kind of amateur spin-off like Peter Cushing played the Doctor in something that's not really considered canon. It does say that this is actually an official kind of this is him as the 8th Doctor. For you Whovians, you Doctor Who fans, there he is. And he was also in this. God, he was in this very, very creepy and really quite disturbing. I remember in this. See, Paper Mask is not the first time I've seen him in something that makes me go, ugh. He was in this very weird and rather creepy miniseries. It was called Nice Town. And I don't know if I don't really want to do a review of it. It's just, he plays a really quite horrible character. Let me see if I can find the details of Nice Town, because he plays a really kind of like, where's Nice Town? Let's have a look. Is it here? It's an unpleasant, ugly story about a man who is married. It's also got Joseph Simon, who's plays in Blake 7. She was an actress in Blake 7. But it's actually a really, really unpleasant story. He plays her wife, sorry, her husband. That's kind of like a Freudian slip, because he's like a woman. He's very effeminate. Yeah, he's a very sort of effeminate man he's a house husband who, oh God, it is available online. If you want to watch it, it is available online. And he's a very effeminate man who plays the role of the wife, where she's the one who goes out and gets a job, and he's like the house husband who does the housework with his little frilly apron and stuff like this. And he's got a very new age kind of like male feminist attitude to life. And it's actually quite satirical of male feminism, actually, because he's also a quite devious and nasty person. In fact, deep down, there's an element of him that's in the same character he plays in Paper Mask, and I'll say more about that in the review. But in Nicetown, he plays a person who has that that kind of weak and cowardly kind of aggression to them, which you see with his character in Paper Mask. It's very like Patricia Highsmith's Ripley. I don't know if you've ever seen the French film that's based on the talented Mr. Ripley. There was also there was a more recent film I made about that with Matt Damon, I remember. But this is Nicetown. God, this is it. Please don't ask me to do a bloody review of this. Now the thing about him is in this Nicetown is Joe Thompson offers to father a child for his infertile brother Paul, with disastrous effects for his own family life. Now indeed he's married to Joseph Simon's character, and they have a kid, and that and everything like that. And he's like this effeminate man, and his brother is sterile and can't have babies. And he's married to another woman who's played by the woman who plays Cassandra in Only Fools and Horses. And he's angry and bitter about the fact he can't have children. And yeah, he does actually offer to father a child for them, but he doesn't tell his brother he does this and thinks he can get away with it. And his reasoning behind it is really quite sickening and really quite insipid, and I don't like it. You see, I don't like. I do get. I feel a real revulsion for men who are a bit too. What was it? Arnold Schwarzenegger says, "Girly men," because unfortunately, they remind me of my own dad. And this man, he's a lot younger, but he reminds me of my dad. He really, really does. So that's another reason I don't like Paul McGann. It's sad because I don't know Paul McGann. I've never met the bloke. He might be a really, really nice guy, really, really cool, but he plays these. I mean, with the exception of Withnail and so a couple of other roles I've seen him in, he plays these really, really unpleasant characters. And the character he plays in Paper Mask is like as I said, it's like Patricia Highsmith Ripley, very like Patricia Highsmith Ripley, a very unpleasant character, a very nasty, as I said, a weak, lying, cowardly, cruel, heartless, brainless gimp. And I'll say more about that in the review and live stream. But I really, you see, I think even if it wasn't for the hospital portering elements, which is what really makes me, which really sticks in my throat with this film, even if you take that away, I still would find the character repulsive, really repulsive. Now, his co-star, Amanda Donohoe, I've never heard of her before, except she's an English actress, and she dated Adam Ant. That's interesting. Anyone younger than me is going, who the hell are you talking about? Yes, Adam Ant music, stand and deliver. La, 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 la. Oh, she's a socialist and a feminist. Oh, blimey. And she writes for The Guardian. Oh, dear. She should fit in perfectly with this. She's a Republican, votes Labour. Oh, wow. But she's been in she's got quite a long filmography here. Let's see if there's anything I recognise. Let's have a look. Paper Mask. The Madness of King George. Liar. No, that's not the one. Let's have a look. Oh, she's in Starship Troopers 3. That was shit. That was crap. I don't know any of these other movies. Television. She was in L.A. Law. I see. Yes. Frasier. I see. Right. The Atlantis Conspiracy. Well, that looks like an intriguing title. Yeah. It's it's a German film. Right. The Legend of Tarzan. Like I said, I've heard of a few of these bad girls. I've heard of. She's been in Emmerdale. Air Force One is down. I've never heard of that. And she's got quite a big stage record as well. She's been in various classic plays and things like that. So she's right up to 2011. She was acting on the stage. That's Amanda Donohoe. Again, I've never heard of her before, but obviously socialist feminist. Perhaps it kind of fits with Paper Mask, doesn't it? Anyway, that's the film. That is the film we're going to review. Which, as I said, I want to get this out of the way because I do think it does need to be reviewed. I don't just review. I like to review films I like, and indeed, in the coming years, I will do these St Theo's watch parties about films I really do like. But if I didn't do it this year, I'd be thinking, well, what about paper mask? I think maybe some good can come out of this in terms of the review and the way I address you and the things we talk about. So I can educate you, and maybe you can educate me as well, and some good, and so we can learn from each other something good by discussing this really unpleasant film. Now, if you want to watch it, I think it's a freebie in various places. I did find it on YouTube once. It keeps popping up on Daily Motion and YouTube in various places if you want to watch it. I don't think anyone really cares. There was one copy on I think it was on Daily Motion. It was there for years and no one took it down. So it's just you go around and look for it anyway. You've got 2 weeks. You got just over 2 weeks to watch this, and then we'll reconvene. So yeah, the review. What comes next will be as with all my watch and read parties. There'll be the review, which I will do maybe just after St Theo's Day. I want to do it as close to St Theo's Day as possible, but I think on the day itself, I'm probably doing something else. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm doing on St Theo's Day. I'll probably go to the pub with some exporters and things like that, and then there'll be the live stream where we get together and discuss it, as we do with all these watch and read parties. So please keep an eye on the HPANWO TV blog. Keep an eye on the channel. I'll be letting you know as soon as I upload and indeed stream the other parts of this watch party. And so hopefully I'll see you again before then. But if I don't, I want to wish you all a very, very happy St. Theo's Day, each and every one of you. Thanks for watching HPANWO TV. Hospital Porters, Pride and Dignity. Stop the New World Order.